Welcome to the Mental Health Today show. My name is John Cordray, and I am a licensed therapist and the host of this show. And I'm really excited about getting into this topic. My special guest today, Shruti Trivedi, from a certified life coach. She is a founder of TulsiHeals Life Coaching. And if you're interested in life coaching, listen up. She helps with working professionals and mothers who prioritize self-care. We all know that working mothers need the self-care and some help. They want to let go of guilt and create a balance between work and family. Oh, I love that emphasis. Well, Shruti, welcome to the show.
Thank you so much, John, for inviting me to your show. Hello, everyone. I'm Shruti Trivedi. As John introduced me with his kind words, I'm a certified life coach. I'm a mother of three, so they keep me busy and tired. And I've worked in IT for over 13 years. Also, quick background on myself. I've had a roller coaster journey with also working as a dental assistant for about a year and have my undergrad in zoology. So I'm all over the place. Uh, Currently, it's
Diverse.
diverse, yes, very diverse. so, so quickly to just share about my personal journey, why I got into life coaching. I was working in IT, and I think since for a long time, and I think I had a deep passion for psychology since childhood. I just never got to it, and I ended up my undergrad in zoology, and then came to this country and in the United States. And after a couple of years, I think I just realized, like, when the pandemic hit, especially, what do I really want out of life? Life is short, and I realized, like, people were dying really. And I was like, do I just want to do something else than this, or do I want to get out of life? What do I really want? And that's where my passion for psychology really kind of came up. And by that time, I had also taken therapy for one of my earlier traumas in life. And I realized the importance of mental health. And because as I experienced the transformation, and that's what got me going into like pursuing masters, and I'm still have that as a plan. But life coaching really kind of drew me, and it's interesting. I think when I got certified, it just intrigued me how we can help people reach their goals. I mean, we all have goals in life, but if it's unstructured, we can't do much, right? So it intrigued me, and that's where I finally took the decision of kind of shifting, me taking a huge transition from IT to life coaching. And I've been practicing it for a couple of years now, and I enjoy it. And I think I feel like I'm living a fulfilled life doing this. And that's what I want to do all my life now. Uh,
I think it's fantastic that you have that diverse background because you're a mom, you're a professional, you know what it's like, you know how hard and stressful it can be. And you have a heart and a love for helping people, and especially stressed out moms. And there are a lot of stressed out moms and professionals right now. And, it's okay to say, I feel like I'm burnt out from being a mom.
mhm.
And I think there's a lot of mom guilt that goes with that. And I'm sure you probably help a lot of moms that have that same thought of, how can I say I'm burnt out from raising my kids because I should love my kids? Well, of course you love your kids, but
Yeah.
it's okay to be burnt out as well. And you might just need somebody like a life coach, maybe not necessarily a therapist, but somebody who is a life coach. And that's what you do. And so I would love to know a little bit about, without disclosing any information or private information, but maybe give us an example of someone that you have helped with your life coaching.
Absolutely. So I think one of the examples is like, there was a person who had experienced loss, and this was very similar to myself because I have experienced loss. I've experienced two pregnancy losses in my life, and that's been really traumatic. So it kind of resonated with me. Um, that person, she was going through therapy, and but she also wanted to do something else, and had some life goals. So the way life coaching works is we once the person talks to me, we initially have like a rapport, building a rapport call, and then take it from there, and then we decide what do we want to reach in 1 year. So in 1 year, it was a promotion for her that she was actually looking for, and with all the stress that was going on in her life, it was really very difficult for her. So we said, okay, if you want the promotion, now let's break it down into mini tasks, and then let's focus on 6 months, what you can get it done in 6 months. Then you focus on, okay, let's what you can get in 3 months, and then 1 month, and then 1 week, and then today. So that's at a very high level how life coaching works. And then that's how the journey began. So the first step for her when we discussed in our call was, what is the one step you can take today? And it was like, okay, I can email my vice president that I want the promotion. Just one simple step. And she did that. And from there to kind of exploring, okay, now in 1 week, let's do the follow-ups, let's continue making progress. And I think accountability, which is so tough, because I myself, I'm a life coach, I need an accountability partner. I had a call earlier in the day who was holding me accountable for the task that I had not gotten onto. So I know accountability is the key, and that's what a life coach really focuses on. And then when we went through that, within 6 months, she was confident that she was going to get that promotion. And those are the mini strategies. It's not a it's not like big tasks or some fancy tasks. They're simple tasks. They're simple habit changes that you include in your life, that you're slacking, hitting that snooze button. I hit my snooze button 5 times today morning because I was so tired, or an event that I came from yesterday. But those simple habits changes that make the progress. And then in a year she got her promotion. So it felt so fulfilled for me as a coach, and for her, she reached her goal, and now she's on to a second goal of getting her other areas kind of fixed, and getting better in general. So I think it's been an amazing journey for me, because it just feels like feels gratified for me, and then for the client, it's like they're reaching their goals. So that was a beautiful experience for me as a coach.
Yeah, that's great. That's a great story. And you're exactly right. Sometimes when we are feeling overwhelmed, we feel like it's all up to us and we're by ourselves and we can't get it quite together. Life happens. And especially if you're a parent and working, life happens and it gets stressful and it's hard to balance the two. And so having that objective person like yourself to be able to just kind of take that bird's eye view of the overwhelm and to be able to break it down into small actionable steps. And I think that's so helpful, along with what you mentioned earlier, which is accountability. So you add the encouragement with the accountability, and those two go really well. But it's very difficult to have that when you're by yourself. When you're trying to navigate these things, it's just almost impossible sometimes. And so having a life coach can be really helpful. And, not everybody needs to talk to a therapist, but if you don't have serious things that you don't need to talk to a therapist, but maybe have you thought about talking to a life coach? And that is someone that can help walk you through and navigate the stresses of life or promotions in life, like you mentioned. I think that's great.
Yeah, so the difference between a life coach and a therapist is therapist really reflects a lot on the past, and it's more on the medical side. And life coaching is more futuristic. You do, of course, reflect on the past, because there are so many limiting beliefs that you might have that you need to kind of break, or imposter syndrome, huge. I think we all go through it, like, you're not good enough. So, but it's more futuristic. You to kind of focus on what you want for the future. So both are different, but both have their own benefits. I'm a huge advocate of therapy because in my personal life, it's helped me, it's transformed me. I also advocate for it, like just like we have a physician for our health checkups, like physical health, we need to have a therapist for our mental health checkup.
Hmm.
And I think it's truly necessary because especially with working moms and the self guilt is so high. I feel like balancing work and family. I know personally I've been drowned in self guilt all the time, and then what happens? You go, you go materialistic. You go buy things off Amazon or
Hmm. Retail therapy.
yeah, and then just to get out of that self guilt. But that's not what kids are looking for. I mean, the kids are looking for the time. When I go out for a lunch date with my daughter and spend that time, of course there is the lunch associated with it, but that time matters more to them. She still
Yeah.
remembers. "Oh, you remember we went to that restaurant?"
Hmm.
I think that time matters, and that's what they're going to remember eventually, not the fanciest restaurants or the fanciest things you buy to them. So it's important, and I think that work life balance needs to happen, and it's really difficult at times to do that. So
Yeah.
then we ended up in grilled. So the first thing that I always say is like that's why self care is so important, because once you take care of your own self, you will be able to take care of others.
That's right. I always use the analogy when we're getting ready to take off on an airplane.
Yeah, I
And
was agreeing with that.
it'd say if the masks come down, make sure you put it on yourself
Yeah,
first, and
exactly.
then you can help others. And
That's an example I give to everyone too. Like and it is true, and I've experienced that myself, and so I'd be advocate for it because I've lived through all guilt for 10 plus years, and then since the past couple of years, I've been taking care of myself and going for a body massage, going for a lunch with my friend without any guilt. It's okay. My kids can they're fine if I go out to a movie and if I don't take them, I need my own time to recharge. It's like phone too, right? If you don't recharge your phone,
yeah,
then it's
that's
going to
right.
get drained. So
Hmm.
you need to recharge yourself every day to be able to, you know, then give that energy.
Absolutely. Absolutely. You had mentioned a little bit ago about being certified and certified life coach. What exactly, for those who are listening, what does that mean to be certified as a life coach?
So life coaching in general doesn't really require any certification like a therapist would, like need to have a license. But when I got to know about it, I thought of exploring some formal training because honestly speaking, we are all life coaches. To a certain point, when we even went out to a friend or listened to others, we are a mix of mentors and kind of a therapist, unlicensed therapist, and a coach and consulting too. So these are like the four different categories. We are all life coaches, but training just makes it more structured because you get the tools and strategies how to handle emotions, and then like the plan that I mentioned earlier, like the yearly plan. Eh, we can't come up with those kind of plans without training or have that accountability and show up with consistency. Like when you're having those follow-up calls, that's where the accountability, like you can vent out to a friend and then the friend might not never follow up on your your progress or just even blame you, oh, you're not doing a good job. But with a life coach, they'll constantly motivate you. Okay, you will get there. Life happens, like you said. You might say, okay, in 1 week I'm going to do this, but something urgent came up, or your child is not feeling well, or you yourself are having a medical emergency, or anything else. And it's okay to be kind to yourself. It's okay, let's try it next week. But that accountability still stays. So
Hmm.
it's not like kind to yourself means let's take it, like let's slack on it. No, the accountability is still there, but at the same time, being kind and generous to your own self. And that's what the life coach really motivates you to keep going. You'll get there. And those kind of affirming you that you will get there and acknowledging your feelings and emotions. So I think that training really helped me with life coaching and kind of, be a better person as well.
Yeah, and I think the certification is so important because it shows or tells other people that you didn't just decide, oh, I think one day I'll just I
Mhm.
today I feel like to be a life coach and now I'm a life coach. No, it's a lot more disciplined than that. You have to go through training and get that certification and pass
Yeah.
a certification. So I mean, it's more than just simply saying I'm going to be a life coach. You have the training and the skill sets and the time that needed to happen for you to get the certification. And I think that's great. And it gives you the skills, gives you the knowledge. You have the passion. I can tell that. And
Yeah.
you have a lot of life experience. So I think that's really excellent.
Yeah,
Uh, go ahead.
it's two things, right? It's the passion, like you're saying, it's the passion that you want to do something different. And then it also builds credibility. So yeah, once you're
Right.
seeing something certified versus you'd always, even when you're picking doctors, right?
Hmm.
You want the highest reviews, you want the credibility. Okay, this person is recommending. So it's also the credibility that it builds once you get the certification.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. I'm just thinking that somebody is listening to this and their interest is piqued, and yet they are feeling just completely overwhelmed with life, and maybe they're a parent that have kids and they're trying to get them ready for school, or there's discipline issues, or maybe one of their children is special needs and it's just the burden that has, or maybe it's a pregnant mother who recently had a miscarriage
Mhm.
before and really worried about what might happen. And so they're listening to this and they're thinking, well, maybe a life coach is the way I want to go, the direction I want to go. what would it what does it look like for somebody? Like, let's say somebody's listening to this and they think, oh, I think Trudy sounds like a great person. I'm going to see if I can talk with her and set up a life coaching session. What exactly does that look like?
So it's always starts with a 1 hour discovery call. It's also called a breakthrough call. And that call is usually, identifying each other, like, and like if I am a fit as a coach and if you are also a fit as a client, like if I can really coach your topic. So that first call really, you kind of bring in your problem and we dig deeper into that problem, and we take it to a level where we are analyzing and, okay, let's see. And it's also about many other factors, like if we really even connect on certain values, right? There are moral values as well. So that after that first call, it's usually we come to know whether we want to go take it to the next step or not. And that's the way it usually works. So the first call is usually determining. And other ways are like I'm on social media, so I'm connected to many people on social media. They watch my content and they resonate with my content, like certain topics that I speak about, and then they reach out to me, they DM me and
Hmm.
want to have a conversation. And that's another way. Like if they watch, I have like over 500 videos on TikTok and Insta. So I think that's another way of connecting. Like you already know me, like what I
Yeah,
kind of content I
exactly. You already build a trust there.
yeah,
Hmm.
so it's not just that 1 hour to assess, but you know what kind of a person I am. And then with conversations and with DMs, it's another way of kind of I can know your problems, and then let's just hop on a call and just explore further if you want to take the next step and you want to fix the problem. So it's like it always starts off like also in 1 year, what do you see your ideal life to be like? And when you picture that ideal life, uh, like if you ask just me, an ideal life would be, yeah, I'm maybe earning 100K a month. That would be my ideal life. Okay, now if that's where I want to really get, what do I need to do? So then you slowly come back to today, but then you still keep that target, and realistic too. I can say a million a month. I can say 10 million a month, but is that realistic? It could be realistic for some people, but it needs to be realistic. So it's like those SMART goals that they say, specific, measurable, accurate, and realistic, and what was the time bound? I forgot the
Mm-hmm.
acronym, but it needs to be realistic too. So once you get a picture, you start feeling from within. I'm also an NLP coach, which is neuro linguistic programming coach. So I think I also look at the 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 face of the person, the body language of the person, assessing some cues from even though we are doing virtual, but the energy levels when you're talking about certain topics, which really helps too. So that's how I think the first maybe interaction happens, which eventually leads that yes, I want to change. I don't want to live the current life that I'm living. I want to change this. I want to make something happen, and then you go take the next step.
All right. Well, that's good. So that's really helpful. So it's virtual. So and video. So do you use like a Zoom
Yes.
call or something like that? Okay, good. Most people these days know how to do that.
So
That's one
I
good thing from COVID, I guess.
Yeah, the COVID has taught everybody, like, technology wise, like everybody is a pro. So yeah, fine.
All right. So Zoom. So they reach out to you, and you have the first discovery call is about an hour. That's
Mhm.
on video as well.
Yeah.
And then I would imagine after you both agree, yeah, this is good, we want to move forward. You set up a meeting, another schedule for maybe the following week or a couple weeks out, and then you just go from there. You
Yeah.
just meet on a regular basis. So what's a normal session length?
A normal session length is about an hour.
Okay.
And for me personally, I would like to customize my program based on the client. So it's not like, okay, you get only 6 sessions. If the client wants to meet weekly, yes, it's your preference. If you want to meet bi-weekly, I would customize it based on what the client wants to do. And even like in between sessions, if you want to have a 15-minute chat, I'm happy to hop on, and with no additional cost or anything. It's part of my package. And I have a coaching portal where we can have exchange notes, we can exchange action items and things like that. So that stays with the client. The client gets their own portal where they can manage all their actions and things like that. So it's yeah, that's how it works.
Great. It sounds pretty convenient, pretty flexible. And one of the nice things about a life coach is not licensed like I am. I'm a licensed therapist, and that means there are 3 states that I'm licensed in, but I'm only allowed to work within those 3 states. And if I have a client that wants to work with me, but they live in a different state than I'm licensed in, I can't see them. But for you, you're certified, but you don't have to have a license that ties you into a specific state. And so, literally anywhere, I'm assuming anywhere in the world.
Yeah. I did. So I did get my ICF, which is the International Coaching Federation. They are global. They are a global accreditation company, and I did get that. I did get accredited from that institution. I always mess up the word accredit. So sorry about that. But yeah, because that was one step further apart from just getting certified. I also wanted to get that as well, training, formal training, and learning all their competencies and what we can do as a coach, what we can't do. So like you're a therapist, you can actually provide certain tools that I can't. And that is my boundary. Like I can't give medical advice or therapy to, even though I might have some unlicensed version of advice but advice is something a coach does not give. Like you do this for a promotion, do this. That's worked for me. That's not what a coach does. It's like what works for you. You're going to uncover that, and a life coach will guide you through it.
Okay, great. Yeah. So if somebody is listening to this and they may be thinking, well, I don't live in the US, so I can't get your services. Well, no, you can.
Yep.
So I guess the only barrier there would be time zone differences. But even that can be arranged. I'm sure you can work around that.
Absolutely. Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. We can work because since it's virtual, we can, you know, find out a session or a time that works for all.
Yeah, that's great. So, if someone is interested and they're listening and say, "Yeah, I want to reach out to Shruti," how can someone reach out to you and get this process started?
So I can share my links of social media. I do have a Calendly for the breakthrough call that I was talking about. That's the way to get started. You can, follow my content, see if I'm, your audience type, and if you like my content, happy to chat further and take the next step. It's necessary, and I can vouch for it that it helps. The accountability helps to push through and get to the goals that we want to, because life is short. And don't wait for tomorrow that things will happen, or we'll go on that vacation tomorrow, or we'll uh, think about weight loss tomorrow. Just start today.
Hmm. I like that. That's good. So, and do you have a website?
My website is still in development. I do have a coaching platform, which is like the landing page for my website. But yeah, it's still in progress.
Okay. Well, I'll put everything, all your social media, all the different links into the show notes
Thank you so
here.
much.
And that way, if someone's listening, they can go to the show notes and check it out there, or they could probably Google your name or find you you're on TikTok. And what else are you on social media wise?
Instagram, LinkedIn, and YouTube.
Okay. Very good. So if I have all those links, I'll put them in the show notes for you.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Brian.
You're welcome. Well, our time is running out here, but I did want to ask you one, just one question or one piece of advice that you can give to somebody that is thinking about trying to figure out what they want to do as far as life coaching. Should they? Should they not? I don't know. Is it too expensive? Do I have time? So, if you could talk to a busy professional who is listening to this and they're on the fence, they think, yeah, probably, but I don't know, right? They keep going back and forth. What would be a piece of encouragement that you can give that person?
Encouragement would be like, think about your current life, what you not like about your life right now, and do you want to fix it? If the Just answer this question. If the answer is I can live through it, I don't need anything, then you don't need coaching. But if the answer is I need help, yeah, I would like to fix this, then try it out. It's worth your time. What are you putting off the table if you're not addressing the current issue in your life? So I think that's a deep question that I usually ask on my discovery calls. Like, if you don't fix this, what's going to happen? And then it goes really deeper into like, oh my
Hmm.
god, this will happen. And so I think that answering that question to your own self, you don't have to answer to anyone else. Just answer it for your own self, and then decide whether it's for you or not. And yeah, and always the first call is always complimentary. So hop on and see, and just get that experience on the first call. I do some like simple exercises, just to also give you a trailer of what's upcoming, so you can see if this is really for you, or maybe the answer is no. So
I
nothing
like
to
that.
do here, I would say.
Yeah, yeah, no, I think you removed a lot of barriers. You said you have an introductory call to see if it's for you or not. Because a lot of people, if they've never tried life coaching, they don't know.
Exactly.
But you're giving them the opportunity to meet you, but also to learn more about what this process will look like. You said the first call is complimentary, which
Yeah.
is incredible. And so there's really not a lot of excuses. I'm sure it sounds like you have a flexible schedule. So if someone's listening to this and they've been on the fence about life coaching, my question is, what would hurt? Just try it, just to see. And so I want to encourage you, if you are on that fence, if you're busy, I know you're busy. If you're stressed, right? We live in a stressful, busy world, and you may just need that extra person. And it may not be every week, it may be every 2 weeks, maybe once a month. It really depends. But it's my encouragement is don't keep putting it off.
Yeah.
And Shruti, it's been such a pleasure getting to know you and talking to you about what you do. I appreciate that you're able to help people. You're using your past, your pain to help others, your professional history to help others. And so I think that is fantastic. And I'm sure that comes out in your life coaching, your compassion, you're easy to talk to. And I'm sure it's just a real joy for you. It comes out when you talk to your people. I don't know what do you call the people that you life coach? Is it clients?
Clients, yes.
Okay, good. Uh, your clients, and so I think that's just a real tremendous asset that you bring to help people.
Thank you so much, John, for your kind words. I think this has been a beautiful journey for me, and I want to continue this and help people, and just till my last day of on this planet.
Hmm. I think that's evident. It's really come out. So thank you so much for again coming on the show and talking to my audience. And I want to thank all of you who are listening to this. And some of you have been with me since the beginning, all the way back to 2015. Wow, I've been doing this for a long time. Others of you may be new, and I appreciate you as well. And until next time, take care of yourself. And this is the Mental Health Today show. I'm John Cordray. Take care. Bye bye.